the next one, even though you can see here, you can define your own function also. Let's suppose you know the mean of this 10, 20, 30, 40, so it should be 2. But I want to know, I don't want to use this mean. I want to know if we are passing, if we are calling the mean, it return simply hello. So you should define first. You should define First, you should define here your own mean function, and instead of once if you are passing the x, it will returning hello. So you can see here I'm passing mean into one list in the mean. So instead of returning one, it returns hello. So you can see here how you can override your built-in function also. Built-in functions also. So I have already described this concept in previous session. I have already described this concept in previous session. As of now, so then after we'll see here. As of now, any doubts? Anyone? Suresh, Swati, Venkat, yeah. Lakshmi Priya, yeah. Pratik, Pratik, are you there? Pratik
Yes, sir.
Gupta.
No.
Any doubt? Okay.
No, sir. Thank you.
So, with okay. So let's start with a default and flexible argument. Default and flexible argument. So I will default and flexible argument. So we can see here as of now, we can see here we have a four type of arguments. We have a four type of arguments here. We have a four type of arguments here. We have a four type of arguments here. One is mandatory or required argument. Another one is optional or default argument. Next one is flexible argument, and next one is key values flexible argument. Keyword flexible argument. So let's see. Even though even though you are already in, let's suppose I'm taking one examples here. I'm taking one examples here. You want to know what is the int. What is the int? So you can see here. You can see here in int. This is the init signatures int self and then slash. Then you can see here. This is the star args and this is the double star kw args. So what is the meaning of a star args and what is the meaning of kw args? We'll see today. We'll see today because ARGS, that means star ARGS means flexible argument. Double star KRGS means flexible key valued argument. So we'll see what is the flexible argument. Okay, we'll see what is the flexible argument, what is the mandatory argument. What is the flexible argument, what is the mandatory argument. Flexible argument and what is the mandatory argument. Okay, so we can see here observe some system defined function. Observe some system defined function. So even though I have started machine learning also, so you can see here, let's suppose one system defined function is you can see here you want to know what is sequential. You want to know what is sequential. Even though you want to know what is linear regression also. Let's suppose you want to import sklearn. So sklearn from sklearn. So from sklearn import import linear import linear model. Okay, linear model. Let's suppose even though you want to know what is linear model, and you want to know. So you can see here it returns flexible arguments and flexible PW argument. So we'll see here what is the flexible argument, what is the flexible argument. We can see here what is the flexible argument. We can see here what is the flexible argument, what is the required argument. So so we can see here. Let's start with first one, default argument, that means optional argument. Let's suppose start with default argument, that means optional argument. So what is the default argument? So for defining the function, you know that we have a keywords called def. I'm trying to define one function called power and passing the two parameters, passing the two parameter. One is passing the two parameter, one is base and another one is POW2. So you have already aware about this is the positional argument and this is the keyword argument. This is the keyword argument. If you have already aware about, because I have already described in previous session. So this is the positional argument, this is the P argument, positional argument, and this is the keyword argument. Okay. Okay. Let's suppose and this function is doing something, returning base multiply base star star power. That means base key power, base key power. That means base key power, base the power POW, POW. So whatever values you are passing base, it comes under the base, and whatever values you are passing into the POW, it comes to the POW, map with POW. So you can see here it is, let's suppose I'm trying to call this function power base equals to 3. So you can see here output is 9. Even though here in function definition there are two arguments, even though in function definition there are two arguments, but you no need to provide POW. You no need to provide POW because POW is optional, because we have already provided POW. We have already initialized that variable in the time of function definition. So once you are once in the function definition, let's suppose you are already giving the values to the argument. So you can say like this is the optional argument once you call the, because this POW is already taking the values too. So if you want, you can pass, otherwise no issue. It will take the default values. It will take the default value. So that this argument is called default argument or optional argument. So default means it will take the default argument. Optional means you no need to provide. It up to you. If you want to override, you can do. Even though you can see here in this example, even though you can see here, let's suppose this is the first example, pure power base equals to 3. So this base equal, so this 3 will be mapped with this base and POW equals to 2. Let's suppose you are passing power 3,3. So it will override this. This base will be taking this one and it will be override this. So you can see here output is 27. But you cannot pass more than defined arguments. So number of argument is 2, so you can pass only 2. Then even though you cannot pass less than defined argument. So we can see here, we can see here, sorry. Okay. So I want to define one function def is equals to power def power. Okay, I'm passing here one argument base, another one argument POW, and you can see here. Good. And I want to write return base into power POW, base into POW. I want to return base into POW. So once I execute, I want to pass here POW, I want to pass here power in the power function. I want to pass here, let's suppose I want to pass here base equals to 4. It will work or not? Tell me. It will work or not? Tell me, guys. I don't have that much. I have to finish this level 2 in this week. Okay. So we can see here. We can see here base equals to 4, 16. It will work. Yeah. So let's suppose I'm trying to. So I'm trying to pass here 4, comma 4. I'm trying to pass here 4. I'm trying to pass here 4, comma POW is equals to 5. It will work or not? So it will work. It will work. So you can see here 4 will map with this way base and power will map with this way. So it will work. Let's suppose I'm trying to passing. I'm trying to passing passing here, passing here 4, comma 4, comma 4, comma 5. So you can see here it will not work. Takes from 1 to 2 positional argument, but 3 you are giving. Let's suppose even though you are trying to call, let's suppose you are trying to call, let's suppose you are trying to call here, 1, 1, 1. So in this stage, it will calls like a, it will map with 1 will map with base, and by default power is 2. So it will work. It will work. That means let's suppose you are not passing any argument, so it won't be work. Power missing one required positional argument base. One required positional argument base. Positional argument base. Let's suppose you are trying to pass here POW power, then you are trying to pass here base equals to 2. So it will work or not? It will work or not? So it will work, but same as it is, but in same examples, let's suppose you are trying to pass here base equals to 2 and 5. It will work or not? Work or not? Please tell me. Please let me. I have to complete this first. Yeah. Lakshmi Priya, Anuj said work. Anuj, why it will work? So we can see here we are trying to get here positional argument flows by keyword argument. So we should pass like a positional argument then keyword argument. We cannot pass keyword argument to positional argument. So kindly keep this concept. This is a very small concept, but you should keep this concept into your mind. Okay. So let's say start with yeah, got it. So you can see here you can see here this is the way of defining the default argument. Then after we have a flexible argument. So what is the flexible argument? Flexible argument means, let's suppose you are calling the one function called fun_fee, and you try to calculate the fees. It's try to calculate the fees. So you can see here first I have taken one total fee equals to 0 for I'm taking one for loop for I in arguments. So you can take here, this is the flexible argument. And total fee is equals to total fee plus I. I'm trying to return the total fee. So you can see here this a star ARTS. If you are passing here a star ARTS, so that means even though you can pass any number of arguments, any number of argument, even though you can pass any number of argument, it is fine. You don't worry about that, like how you don't worry about that. Let's suppose someone is passing two arguments, someone is passing three arguments, someone is passing four arguments, so it will take. So this is called flexible argument. This is called flexible argument. Let's suppose I want to define this fun underscore fee calculation. I want to define this fun underscore fee calculation. So you can see here, I want to define fun underscore fees underscore cal. So this is one function which is taking funds, which is taking ARGS. This is the optional argument. This is the flexible argument. Flexible argument, that means if you are passing any number of arguments, you can pass. Let's suppose, then after I have taken here total underscore fees is equals to zero initial. Okay, and then I'm trying to trying to arrange one loop for loop I in. You can who is this is the when your name please. Let me check in chat actually. One second. Sure, you can you put total underscore fee equals to zero in global. I have a doubt on this. Let me describe. Okay. So you can see here total underscore fees for loop in args okay, and then you can add this total fees equals to total fees plus I, and you can you can return what is total fees. So once you execute, I'm trying to pass here fun underscore cal, fun underscore fees underscore cal. I'm passing here 2. So you can see here total fees is 2. Let's suppose I'm passing here. 2 comma 4 comma 6 46 comma 67. So you can see here total fees is 115. Total fees is 115. 115. Right. So you mean to say here, let's suppose you are trying to use this total fees here instead of here, right? So okay, so local variable total fee referenced before assignment. Yeah. So yeah, so it's fine actually. Yeah, what things we are doing wrong? Tell me.
Sir, actually, if the variable is not present in local, so it checks for enclosed. After that, it goes for global, right, sir? So why
Mhm.
it is not looking in global? Confused.
Yeah, so you can see here this local variables, that is total fee referenced before assignment. So what we are trying to do here, like as of now, this one is fine. One second. one. You can see here there is a one. So in code level, it's fine. So because you can see here, we can see here in code level. Let's suppose you are trying to pass here instead of I'm giving here one variable. This is called base mandatory element. You can see here. You can try. You can give the answer. So what? Okay. ERGS is not defined. Why so? ERGS is not defined here.
I think we need to run.
Okay. Sorry. No. Let's suppose I'm taking here any base. On the basis of this base, you are doing. Okay. So this is a base. Okay. So whatever from base it will taking I. So it should work. You can do one thing. Let me check first why it's not working. It should work. So this is whatever you can manipulate here. Returning this base only. Okay. And instead of you can see here. Yeah, so that times we are calling up that ARGS, we should pass some values, but I'm passing ARGS, so that's why it was giving like a ARGS is not a defined. So you have to pass some values now. Okay, so you can see here now the even though if you want to click here 4, it will work. You can say it will work. So same things I want to recheck. You can do again. Yes. So basically, I'm taking here because I'm trying to use this ERGS. I'm trying to use this ERGS. So this is not an iterable actually. So instead of int, you can pass 4, comma 3. So if so you can see here local variable total fees reference the before assignment. So because it you can see here this total underscore fees you are trying to use in the for loop in the for loop. So you have to you have to refer this local variable to use of one keywords called global. I'm trying to referring this go one keywords called global. I will teach you in next chapter how can we reference. So that's why it's giving the error. Got it? I got it.
Yeah, sir. Like if we give like arguments then only it is giving error, sir. If I remove that arguments, if I give default one, then it is getting fine.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see in next slides, like how can you override your global variable also. So
Yeah.
even though you can check with another one that it is working fine. So concept wise you should remember that concept wise we are okay. Got
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
So we can see here we can see here this is this one is flexible argument, this one is flexible argument. So we are okay with what is a flexible argument. So we can see here there is a number of flexible argument is there. Number of flexible argument is there. Total underscore fees equals to 0. For loop I in ARDS. Total underscore fees equals to total plus fee. So let's suppose you are passing 120. It will take, if you are passing 120, 30, 300, 400, 500. So it will also work. It will also work. But I want to design one. I want to design one mandatory and flexible both. I want to say mandatory and flexible both. So we can see here. This is the one function underscore fee calculator, but it taken one argument. It takes one argument as an one argument as an takes and another one is flexible argument. So we can see here total underscore fees equals to 0. Total underscore fees equals to 0. For loop I in ARGS. I'm trying to calculate I plus tax. Okay, and total fees equals to total fee plus I, and it returning total fee. So you should pass at least one argument. If you are passing, if you are passing, you should pass more than, actually one is mandatory. Then you have to pass like a tax. ARGS is flexible only. One argument is flexible, one argument is mandatory. So how can you see like a what is mandatory and what is flexible argument? So on the basis of like which one is the flexible. So let's suppose before here, yes, if you are passing here a star, so you can say this is the flexible argument. If you are not passing without a stars, without sticks, so you can say this is the mandatory argument. So same as it is, we have you can see here a star KWERTS. That means, let's suppose you are taking any dictionary object. So how can you introduce, how can you define the dictionary? So you can already aware about, for defining a dictionary, you have a underscore dictionary. You can pass this key and values pair in the key and values pair. Key and values, this is our key and this is our map, this is our value. So dictionary is key values pair. What is dictionary is key values pair, and you have to pass into the curly braces. Okay, you have to pass into the curly braces. So if any items which is in the form of key and values pair and stored into the curly braces, so you can say this is the dictionary. If any item which is stored into the parentheses, a small bracket, so you can say this is the top one. If any item which is stored into the square brackets, that means subscript, so you can say this is the list. So how we can identify? We have a data types called int, float, complex, string, boolean, list, then tuple, then dictionary. So we'll see. You can see here. Once. So you can day before yesterday, I let you installed MongoDB. MongoDB. Okay. So MongoDB. So we can see here in MongoDB we have a documents. And documents is the form of dictionary. In documents, you have already see ID, then ID in corresponding ID. You see like some IDs. ID, then name, then. So I'm already aware about in table. What is tables? In tables, we have some attributes. Okay, attribute with some column. Like let's suppose column called, we have a ID, then name, then salary. These are the three columns. I want to write here corresponding ID, corresponding some ID is here 123, some name is here, and salary is here. I don't want to write in the SQL format. I want to write into the object format, and this object format should be dictionary in Python. So how can you write? You can push these things into the curly bracket ID and corresponding ID. You can pass ID 123. You can pass name, comma name is equals to your name. You can pass a cell equal to cell. So this is the way for writing in the Python. So one use case is MongoDB. You can use this dictionary object in the MongoDB, and in MongoDB it's called like a document. Even though you can say like nowadays every request response, whatever you request response you are passing through the you know that some calls. Let's suppose you want to check some calls using some postman. You want to get some some post request you want to say. So you can say here this is the form of curly braces, and you can say here this is the status equals to success items successfully added to the cart. So this is our status message. This is a key, and this is the values. This is the key, and this is the values. Even though I want to show uh, I, I want to show some so let's suppose you want to work on the e-commerce search machine learning. You want to labor optimization jobs. You want to know some files. So here we'll wait a moment. This is the Python file basically. Okay. So you can see here. What for. Let's suppose this is a real-time project. So on which I'm working. So labor optimization. Okay. So you can see here. What modules you are trying to import here. You have to one module is IO, login, Airflow. Okay. So you can see here. This is the one use case. You are trying to pass here is default forum dot updates. This is the key labor. This is the key. This is the one key labor trans start date. Okay, and labor drop trans date splits. These are the complete values. Instead of, so this is the key, and this is the values. This is the key, and this is the values. And you can see here it start with curly brackets. Okay, start with this is the curly bracket and end with this curly bracket. Got it, Lakshmipriya? Got it? So what is the use case of dictionary? Lakshmipriya, are you there?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. So you can see here the use case of dictionary. So once you will try to type this is the dictionary type. So you can say yes, this is the type of dictionary. I want to know keys of a dictionary. So we have a one function called a_dictionary. Let's suppose I'm taking this examples for practice. So you want to You want to learn, you want to execute, you want to know a underscore dictionary, and you want to know the keys. You want to know the keys. You want to know the keys. So you have to pass this keys a underscore dictionary in the form of. So you want to print the keys. So how can you write here a underscore dictionary, and you want to pass in the list, because this is the a underscore dictionary underscore keys. This is the object. But you want to take this in the key values a underscore dictionary dot keys. So you can see here this a underscore dictionary keys, key 1, key 2. You can see here it contains in the list. So a underscore dix dot keys, a underscore dix keys. If you are trying to pass this function, so you can simply find out the list also. So you can say it is we are getting the list on key 1, key 2. So this is the list of key 1, key 2. But I want to know even though what is the key, you can check here. Sorry, this is not defined, because this is the a underscore dix is a user defined. We don't have any. Okay. A underscore dictionary dot values. A underscore dictionary dot values. You want to know what is the values which contains. So you can say the values is 1020. So in this way, you can go through with the dictionary objects. You can go through with the dictionary object. Even though if you want to iterate over the dictionary, you can iterate. So let's see what is the use case of dictionary first year. Even dictionary first year. So create a function with key values flexible. Create a function with key values flexible. So how can we create? Let's suppose I'm trying to pass here def print all. This is the one function, print all, passing a star star kwergs, and for I'm taking from, let's suppose you are passing this key and values, key and values, key and values, key and values, key and values. You can see here you are passing here key and values, key and values, key and values, key and values, and key and values, right? So you can see std. So this i'm trying to iterate i'm trying to iterate I'm trying to iterate this kwargs using for loop. So whatever items it will contains krds dot items. So these are the items. So you can say one key values pair is called one item. One key values pair is called, this is the one item. So you can say there is one item, then 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 so you can say there is a total 5 item, 1 2 3 4 5, total 5 item in this key values pair. Total item is 5 in key values pair. Total item is 5. So you can see here total item is 1 2 3 4 5. Total item is 5. So once first for loop, it will iterate the krgs items. First item will become, okay, whatever key will store into this variable std key, and whatever values it will be find after the iteration of first item, it will store to the std end, and it will print std key and std name. Then after next iteration will be happen, and you can see what in next iteration kwargs items, it will find the items number 2. Whatever key it will map with std key, and whatever name it will find, it will map with std name, and it can simply print std key and std name. Then come to the then come to the then come to the item number 3. Here you can see there is key std3 and values mark from item, whatever key you will finding, it will go to the std key, and whatever the name it will find, it will map with the std name. Then after we have a fourth item, then fifth item. So you can see here, the output of this result is std1 Ram, std2 John, std3 Mark, std4 Rennie, std5 Andrew. And so this is how you can get the output in flexible, in KWL flexible argument. You can pass any number of arguments. Let's suppose you are passing 2 arguments, so it will be also work. It will be also work. Any doubts as of now? Any doubts? Lakshmi Priya? Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, so you can see here, Lakshmi Priya, I will teach you dictionary in depth also. So you can see here, don't worry about it. This is the only basic. You can see here, what is dictionary? This is the key and values pair is called a dictionary. Each key is separated from the values by colon. Each key and values pair is separated with the comma. Dictionary is enclosed in curly braces. An empty dictionary without any items is written with just 2 curly braces, like this. You can see here, keys are unique, that means immutable. We'll see values will be duplicate, mutable. Need to read. So we'll see dictionary in depth. Why we need to dictionary? We'll see, like a get India populations. I will describe why we need to dictionary. Then I will describe the use cases of dictionary. I will describe. You can see here, updated, deleted, nested dictionary. You can see here, create data frame using dictionary. There is a one use case. We can easily create some data frame using dictionary. We can create a data frame using dictionary. So first use case is like a API export import using JSON, just like I showed you. So this is the API. I'm trying to apply promo codes, apply to get to place order. So same is it codes. You can see here, I'm trying to update through the Python codes using machine learning. So this is the labor optimization projects. So you can see here, I'm trying to communicate using the JSON format. A lot of times, whenever you are trying to send your data in the JSON format on the for API level, so you are using even though so you can see where let's suppose for loop key values in the Dix queries the items. You are trying to add the items. If key patterns in keys set variables, then you can say Python callable set variables, AWS Airflow. Okay, this is. So I'm trying to write one machine learning model also. So I will. So you can see here, this is the key, this is the values, this is the queries, and against all the queries, we have a values format. I have a values format, So this is how you can learn dictionary in depth. Don't worry, Lakshmi Priya. Okay, you can see here. Yeah, you can see here. Even though no SQL database using JSON file, MongoDB, JSON file internally used dictionary. So we'll see We'll see. I will suggest you, even though you have already installed the MongoDB, I will work on that. Okay. So I supposed to teach you methods actually. Even though, don't worry about Sai, we'll see in depth, we have some syntax exceptions, list comprehension. So should I start today or tomorrow? Methods. I have only 5 to 7 minutes. I have only. Should I start right now? Are you okay? Tell me, guys. Response me.
Only 5 minutes is there, means we can start tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. No issue. So we can see here, what is a method is nothing but function. Function for particular object is called as method. So I have already described what is the difference between function and method. So you can see here, function of particular object. That means method is always called an object. Method will always called an object. Function you can call directly without object. But methods, which is takes the behavior of that object. You can see here we have a list function, but here you can say a underscore list dot insert. So this is a insert is a method. You can say a underscore list dot append. Append is a method. Append is a method. You can say a underscore list count. Count is a method. You can say a underscore list sort. So sort is a method. You can see here we have a sort reverse. Okay, so we have a remove, we have a pop, we have a so extend. So I'm giving one assignment. You have to, even though I have already given also. So you have to brush up for all the list method. You have to brush up all the almost not all, but almost useful list method like a extend, like a pop, like a sort. You have to brush up. So this is your assignment. Okay, you have to practice, even though you can go through with the string methods also. So let's suppose what is string. You can see here a underscore str is equal to python a underscore str dot upper. So once you call like a upper methods on the string object, so you can say this is upper is a method because we are calling on a underscore str method object. So it will directly convert to the python all the lower cases to upper cases. Let's suppose you want to convert lower cases. So you can say here lower cases. Then we have a dictionary methods. Let's suppose you created one dictionary. So you can see here one method is called keys, another method is called values. You will easily get that. Then we have some tuple method also. So a underscore tuple is equals to 10, 10, 10, 10. These are the tuples. I want to know the count of 10. So you can say the count of 10 is fine. I want to know the index of 30. So index of 30 is you can say 4. You can say here 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what is the index values of 30? Index of 30 is 4. I want to know, I want to know a underscore tuple dot index 10 4 to get fourth occurrence of 10 index. So you can see here fourth occurrence of 10 index. Like you want to know where the 10 is occurrence the fourth time. So you can say here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. So where 10 is occurrence, like a 4 tenth is occurrence, so you can say their index is 6. Are you getting my point? What is the result? Anyone doubts here? Little bit. You can see here. Any doubts? You can see here. This is our tuple. This is our okay. This is our tuple. Yeah. This is 0. This is 0. Then 1. Then 2. Then 3. Then 4. Then 5. I want to know where we'll get the fourth occurrence of 10. So where fourth occurrence of 10, this is the 1, 2, 3. and here is 4. So you can say what is the position of this 10th, fourth, this 10th, where the fourth occurrence of 10. So you can say this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So output is 5. So your homework is your homework is work with list method, then list method. I'm writing here. One second. You can you can work with you can work with you can work with work with list methods. You can work with list methods, then string methods, then tuple methods, then work with string method, work with tuple methods, then work with dictionary methods, dictionary methods. What I did. So you should work. You have to do practice all the methods of list, string, tuple, and dictionary. Then in next session we'll see. If you want to attend in evening class, you can attend the evening class also, so that we can try to complete this level 2 in this week, so that I don't have to revise in morning and evening. So if you merge with, so that you can take 2 class parallelly, not parallelly. That means 2 hours a day. So it will be helpful, so that we will complete this session, like we'll complete this modules level 2 in this week. So in this week we can do some practice. We can do like even though there is a one more important concept is exception also. Then we have a oops concept. This is the more important. Then oops concept. We can see while a statement, exception. How we can handle this exception. So we have a try and then except. This is also important. Try and except. So because exception is project level, exception is important. So then after we have a list comprehension is also there. So we can see here what is list comprehension. List comprehension means I want to comprehend like mathematical comprehension. Let's suppose which is x square for I want to know like x square, which is x belongs to natural number. So how can we work with this? How can we work with the programmatical way? So we'll see. So that's why if you are okay with that, otherwise no issue. Then we have iterable and iterators. These are the important concepts. Then after there is the most important, which is oops. So we can see here in oops what is the object, what is class, then what is inheritance, what is encapsulation, what is a polymorphism. How can you define a class? So these are the important one actually. This is the actual one for writing a class level. And so for you can see here what is the objects, what is the class, what is the meaning of underscore main, what is the meaning of self, because I have already defined like a star args and k star kwrs, but I will describe what is the meaning of self. So you can see here this things is in the pipeline. So once we'll completed this whole thing, then we'll work on that Python developer rules project. So we'll work on this one, automatic file transfer. I want to automate one project which is push the files on server. Okay, then create their backup automatically. Then send the mail automatically using insert into Mongo collection. So using the MongoDB. So that's why I try to install the MongoDB. Even though Not used much because everyone we are working on files level, so model level. But you should knowledge. You should knowledge. Much means even though you can say here this is the real projects working, you don't find, but still you have to create some class actually. So class then pandas BigQuery so that you can segregate. You can collect your code during the. So I will describe what is the benefit of class. What is the benefits of using class? You know, who says like there is no benefit of OOPS concept? Who said, man? Ashik? We should. Okay, don't worry. Whatever you heard on internet is not, you cannot believe like that is right or wrong. This is totally depends upon your project to project, your use cases. What is your business requirement? What is the nature of your business? It will depend. Okay. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. If you want to attend in evening, you can attend in evening also. Thank you so much. Before leaving the session, you can drop the code email also. Hey Sai, you are calling me? Sai, you are calling?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yesterday I have called you.
Actually, I was busy a lot. Even though I called you back also. We'll talk today. We'll talk.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.